Okay, we're going to launch Adobe Illustrator. It should be installed on your system. Type in Illustrator, hit enter. Illustrator is a really great program for what we're about to do. We need to copy lines basically really fast, and Illustrator is great at that. Let's make a new one, file, new. It doesn't have to be huge. We're going to pop up something like this. I just would go with web, and web large is a great format for what we're doing. We're not going to be doing much with this. This is for our reference, so we don't go into 3D and just trying to start building something. So I'm going to place that image I had kind of as a reference. File, place. I'm going to navigate in to my graphics here, and graphics and manner right there. Okay, so I'm going to place that image in here. I can scale it down. I'll use shift while I drag. There it is. Now, what I want to do is try my best to build this out in 2D from above. And it won't be perfect by any means, and that's okay. I want a rough blueprint. What I'm going to do is try to separate this out. I see it looks like there's 3 stories here. We have this single story, second story, and then kind of this attic area right here. So that's great. I will probably add a basement too, because basements are terrifying. Can you imagine being locked in a basement with an alien? No, you can't, because you would die just thinking about it. So let's talk about Illustrator. How do we build basic lines and shapes? It's very simple. We don't need many tools. We're going to be using this text tool here. We're going to be using this rectangle tool, and we'll probably be using this line tool, possibly the pen tool. So we can just start by making a basic shape of the overall house right here. I can hold down spacebar and move this around. So let's say this was our main level here. And then I can go back to this tool. It's V hotkey, or just click this tool right here. It's just a main selection tool. The beautiful thing is I can duplicate this by clicking on it. Sorry. If you accidentally double click, by the way, then this will happen to you. You'll notice you'll go into this mode where everything else is grayed out. Just click this button back here to get back. So what I'm going to do is click this and alt drag, and I duplicate it out. That's the beauty of Illustrator right here. I can have all of my levels duplicated out just like that. I'm going to make this a little smaller. I don't need a ton. I don't need it to be big. So now I've got these 3 levels here. I might want to name them with the text tool. So with this one, I can go ahead and say main level. And then I'll go back to this selection tool. And once again, holding Alt, I can duplicate that out. And then I can call this second floor. And attic, and I probably will do a basement too, so I'll add that. So I can just go to this tool right here. It's the artboard tool. I can make my artboard bigger just by dragging it out like that. You guys might not have an attic on yours, and I won't expect your blueprint to be as phenomenal as mine. I am the teacher after all. My game has to be better than yours, or I start to lose confidence in myself as a teacher and as a human. All right. So there I have these levels. Once again, I'll click this, alt click, drag. That will be my lower level or my basement. All right, great. So just like that, we've built out just a bunch of boxes. I know that doesn't look like much. We're going to go ahead and add some structure in here so that we can imagine what things would be like when we walk through. This is where you really have to use your imagination, because we aren't given blueprints to this beautiful house here, and we have to somehow represent everything in 2D space from above. So use your imagination to kind of think how big a room might be, or how many rooms you want. Where's the bathroom going to be? Where the staircase is going to be. And we'll use very simple objects to represent doors and all that good stuff. So let's start here on the main level. We see a bunch of windows here. So for a window, I can just use another little block here, and I could change the color or whatever. So I'll make this the front right here. So I'll just drag these out, and this is we'll go ahead and use stroke and color to kind of define windows. Let's go ahead and make windows something like, I don't know, a blue here. And now we have this blue object, and I can just duplicate it out, go back to my selection tool here, hold Alt. I know that I have 3 big entrance windows here, and the middle ones are actually a door too. So right here, I might change a door to a different color, or I could take this, duplicate it out, and rotate it as if it was a door opening like that, just so you know it's a door. And obviously I want to change the color of that because that could be confusing. Maybe change that back to black. And then I have this stroke here. I can lower that down to like 0.5. And then I can turn off this. So let's go, you know what? Instead of duplicating that object out to show that it's a door, why don't we just use a line tool here? And I'll make sure that I have this really small stroke here of 0.5. I'll just drag out a line there. And there we can see there's going to be an opening door there. It doesn't have to look that great. It really is just to give us a blueprint so we can build from. Blueprints aren't art. They're just a map. Okay, it looks like I accidentally duplicated too many there. A bit of a perfectionist, but you won't need to be on this. This is just so we can get reference. So we know we have these big windows here and doors. And then I have round windows over here. So I'll put something in for the round windows. Maybe for that I'll use kind of a rounded rectangle tool here. And I'll go ahead and draw out some small round windows here. Or I could just duplicate them to keep them the same size. I could just grab these two and alt-click drag, bam, just like that. Some of you will think this is an unnecessary step. I understand that, but it really isn't a necessary step. You can't just go in and try to model something without any planning. You're going to end up with a load of crap, and you don't want that. You want something that's awesome, and I want that for you too. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video there, and then I'll go back into Illustrator. We'll make some more stuff on the main level. Then I'm going to ask that you go on your own, because I don't want you to have to watch tons and tons of videos of me building it. I'm going to show you all the tools we'll use and kind of what I'm looking for on one level. Then I'm going to expect that you go through and make different levels. And once again, you don't have to follow this exactly. You can make whatever you want. It just needs to be some kind of structure that your character can run around in. Your game will not be my game, and I don't want it to be my game, and neither do you, because I'm old and my game will be lame compared to yours. So, actually that's not true. My game will rock. So I'll see you in the next video.